CEO and co-founder of Eletive. Today I will talk about the Eletive Executive Report of 2024. To give you some background, we do see that many organizations out there are trying to find their way in the ever-evolving landscape of the modern workplace, and the role of human resources are right now going through a big transformation. The opportunities and challenges of HR professionals will, of course, also reshape how businesses out there manage their most valuable asset, their people. In the wake of last year's global events, we also see that HR is emerging as a main strategic driver in organizational success. In the Eletive Executive Report of 2024, which is released today, we have asked 1,888 HR professionals and HR leaders out there about their biggest challenges they're facing and foresee in the coming years. The respondents are coming from over 30 different countries and from over 15 different industries. So let's jump straight into the results. So we can see at the top, we have digitalization of HR. We also have employee well-being. They both represent about 41% of respondents' votes. So this, of course, also underscores the dual importance of technology-driven efficiency as well as employee health in today's HR landscape. We also see at the third place that culture, of course, matters, with 25% respondents highlighting culture as a top challenge. It's clear that fostering a positive culture remains a key concern for many HR executives. Of course, a healthy culture is fundamental to driving engagement and retention. Number 3, we can see that retention remains a challenge. Retaining top talent and retaining talent is a priority for 24% of HR executives. Organizations must find strategies to keep their top performers. That's very, very clear. Number 5, we of course also see a growing interest of performance and impact measurements. Performance management has about 19% of the respondents' votes, measuring, of course, the impact of HR initiatives with 17%. And it is, of course, also reflecting HR's commitment to enhancing the employee experience and enhancing their productivity. And nowadays, there's a lot of organizations talking about doing more with less, of course, as you probably have heard during 2024. We also see that, of course, managerial involvement and leadership development is still a key concern out there, as well as diversity and inclusion. Let's jump into the first topic of digitalization of HR processes. We are having a lot of discussions with HR professionals out there, and they pretty much all talk about a need for an enhanced efficiency, doing more with less. Digital automation is, of course, key in automate time-consuming administrative tasks, reducing the burden on HR teams. This also allows HR professionals to allocate more time and resources where they also contribute with more value and also can, of course, also work with strategic initiatives and so on. We also hear a lot of discussions regarding the candidate and employee experience. A seamless tech-enabled hiring process or a digital HR onboarding process is, of course, enhancing the candidate experience and employee experience, starting from setting a tone from day one, of course. There's also a lot of talk about being more data-driven when it comes to HR. HR leaders are, of course, increasingly relying on data analytics to make informed decisions. Technology facilitates data collection, analysis, reporting, and of course also empowering HR leaders to identify trends and find areas for improvement in their business. This is impossible to not talk about the rise of remote work and accessibility when we talk about trends. So with the rise of remote work, HR processes must be accessible from pretty much everywhere. Cloud-based systems, apps, of course, you need to support all your employees no matter where they're located in the world, as currently. There's also a lot of discussions regarding compliancy and security. Many digital HR solutions often comes with a built-in compliance and of course a lot of security features that ensuring that the sensitive employee data is handled with the utmost care and within, of course, the legal regulations. So let's jump into topic number 2, the employee well-being. With the rising awareness of mental health, companies are seeking efficient ways to support their employees in psychological well-being. That's a very clear topic right now, and there's a lot of HR professionals talking about this topic. When it comes to work-life balance, the blurring lines between professional and personal life is of course starting to blur, especially in remote work scenarios, resulting in an increased focus on a healthy work-life balance at the new workplace. We also see a lot of different HR professionals talking about physical health initiatives in 2024. So increasing the number of organizations recognize the importance of supporting physical health through wellness programs, but it could also be, of course, ergonomic workplace designs, but we also see a lot of discussions in this topic. And of course, we'll come back to that as well, but well-being is having a big effect on employee retention as well. And companies start to understand that prioritizing employee well-being is crucial for retaining top talent and also reducing turnover rates. So let's jump into the third topic, organizational culture. And the topic of culture is huge, of course. I would recommend you to also get the report and read through it more in detail. I will go through a couple of the areas when it comes to culture. But we do see that as companies are being more global, more technology-driven, also fostering a culture that values diversity and inclusion becomes really, really essential. And we also see many company leaders talking about diversity and inclusion when it also comes to the culture. We also see a change in workforce expectations. So today's employees seek more than just a paycheck. They're looking for purpose, fulfillment, alignment with their own values. A strong organizational culture that resonates with employees' personal values will enhance the engagement and retention as well. We have mentioned that before a bit, but remote and hybrid workplaces, we also see that a lot of companies are shifting towards remote and hybrid workplaces, and we have done that for a couple of years now. And it's of course challenging to keep that culture as you have been building when everybody were at the office. So a strong organizational culture, of course, to achieve that, you must find new ways of keeping your values and keeping your culture in a hybrid workforce, ensuring that all employees feel connected and engaged with the organization, regardless of the physical location. Let's look at the fourth topic of retaining top talent. There's a lot of talk about the cost of turnover. It feels like HR professionals, they know about the cost of turnover, and they're also having all those discussions in a lot of different management teams. We do see that high turnover rates are costly, not only in terms of recruitment and training experience, but also in loss of productivity and institutional knowledge. So improving retention is a very cost-efficient strategy to maintain operational efficiency. We also, of course, see when employees are leaving teams on a frequent basis, this will have effect on the whole team dynamics and the morale, and affecting the overall productivity of the remaining staff as well. We also see a shift towards remote and hybrid work, which as we have talked about before as well. And this is, of course, even more important to engage the full workforce, no matter where they are located. And organizations need to adapt the retention strategies to fight these challenges and ensuring that remote and hybrid employees feel as valued as their on-site counterparts. When we talk about employee engagement and satisfaction, there is a direct correlation between employee engagement, satisfaction, and retention. Companies need to actively engage the workforce and address elements of improvements to prevent employee turnover. There's also a lot of discussions around career development and growth opportunities, where we talk about retaining top talent. Employees are more likely to leave the company if they don't see that they have a professional development or the offering of clear advancement within the company. So when we look at other parts of data, we also see that lack of growth opportunities is a key factor for employees leaving the company. So super important to also have a plan on that topic. The cultural fit and belonging is really key when it comes to retaining top talent. Employees want to work in environments where they feel a sense of belonging and alignment with the company's values and culture. Organizations that cultivate a strong, inclusive culture are more likely to challenges listed in the Eletive Executive Report of 2024. Make sure you go in and read more in detail if you would like. Feel free to come back with any questions if you have any. And thank you for your time.